So hello everybody, we are dealing with motion under gravity. This time we are taking air resistance into consideration. तो अपने air resistance वाले बात को समझें उसके पहले it is important that we understand the motion of the object or the particle which is dropped under the influence of Earth's gravity. तो फिलहाल अपने जो एस्पेक्ट ले रहे हैं वो मैं ऐसा कंसिडर कर रहा हूँ that there is no air resistance. जो अपने जनरली मान करके चलते हैं तो पहले उससे अगर मैं समझें that is I am writing over here without air resistance. Without air resistance. So there is no air resistance. So if we go with this particular approach, so over here I say that we are considering a ball which is dropped from a certain height. So since it is dropped, I say that the initial velocity is 0 and it is heading towards the earth surface. So earth surface over here we are considering somewhere here. So this is the earth surface we are considering. And it is moving in the downward direction. So when it is solely moving under the influence of Earth's gravity, मतलब अपने ऐसा बोल रहे हैं कि air resistance involved नहीं है, ना ही कोई और force है, तो as it will move down, the speed will constantly increase because acceleration due to gravity is directed in the downward direction. तो अपने अगर इसको यहाँ पे अगर force analysis अगर करते हैं, मैं अगर किसी instant of time पे अगर बॉल को अगर ड्रॉ कर लेता हूँ, that at a certain instant of time the weight of the ball is acting in the downward direction. So we write W is equal to mg in the downward direction. So when the weight of the ball is acting in the downward direction, so over here I say that it will contribute to the acceleration due to gravity, due to which the speed of the ball will constantly rise when it is coming down under the influence of gravity. So if I consider that the height from which the object is dropped is h, so over here while solving this aspect of motion, I am considering downward as positive. So generally we don't do so, but over here I am taking downward as positive because everything is in the downward direction. So we are treating downward as positive. So from the point of reference, I say the initial velocity is 0. The displacement of the ball as it is moving from this point to this point is in the downward direction h. So we write it as plus h because we are treating downward as positive. The acceleration due to gravity, which is going to be the weight or the force which is acting on it divided by mass. So it is coming g in the downward direction. So again we have treated downward as positive, so we are treating it as plus g, and we consider that it takes a time t to reach the ground and it acquired a velocity v before hitting the ground. So over here if I do the simple calculation, so since acceleration is constant, we can say that we can apply equations of motion. तो ये बात भी एकदम दिमाग में रहे कि अपने इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन जो होता है यानी कि v इक्वल टू यू प्लस ए टी, एस इक्वल टू यू टी प्लस हाफ ए टी स्क्वायर, और जो तीसरा इक्वेशन यानी कि v स्क्वायर इक्वल टू यू स्क्वायर प्लस टू ए एस, तो इसको अपने कब अप्लाई करते हैं? इसको तभी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं व्हेन एक्सेलरेशन इज कांस्टेंट. If acceleration is not constant, then we go with the definition. तो definition क्या हो जाएगा? तो अपने लिखेंगे v equal to ds by dt, a equal to dv by dt. तो अपने उससे सॉल्व करेंगे, जो दूसरा एस्पेक्ट लेंगे अपने उसी से सॉल्व करेंगे. तो over here when acceleration is constant, so I can say that if we apply the second equation, that is s equals ut plus half at square. So over here I can say that this is equal to 0, extremely sorry, s is equal to h, ut equal to 0, and this is equal to half gt square. So from here the t is turning out to be 2h by g square root. So this is going to be the time of flight when the ball is dropped from a height h above the surface of the earth, and while it is moving down, it will take a time which is equal to root over 2h by g. The next thing which we can say over here is the speed which it is going to attain can be calculated by v equal to u plus at. So over here I can write v is equal to 0 plus g into root over 2h by g, and hence the speed which it is going to attain is root 2h or 2gh, root over 2gh. So these are the two aspects that we have reached to regarding the motion under the gravity without involving air resistance. So this is the speed with which the particle reaches the ground, and it takes a time which is equal to root 2h by g. And if I demonstrate this graphically, So I can say something like this over here about the motion, that acceleration is remaining constant throughout the time. And if I talk about the velocity or speed, so the speed is constantly increasing. So if I consider AT graph or VT graph, so AT graph is going to be a straight line. That is, it is going to be a line like this, parallel to the x-axis, and the value of acceleration is fixed at g. It is fixed at g, that is, it is a straight line throughout the motion. The acceleration is constant, and if acceleration is constant, then we say that the speed or the velocity of the ball moving down under the influence of Earth's gravity will constantly rise. So the velocity is constantly at rise. It is constantly increasing as the ball is approaching the Earth. So over here, when we consider motion without air resistance, then we say that the speed is constantly rising, and the acceleration is equal to constant and is equal to g. Now what we are doing, we are considering air resistance. Now we are saying with air resistance. So we are involving air resistance. Now when air resistance is involved, what exactly happens? Now the first thing which must be kept in mind is, in general cases, we say that the force which is coming because of the air resistance is proportional to velocity, and it is in the opposite direction of motion. What I exactly mean to say is that if the ball is dropped from a height, say from a point over here, with initial velocity 0, and it is approaching the ground, and it is approaching the earth surface or ground, then over here, when it is midway in its path, then it will acquire an instantaneous speed, which I say as v. So v is the instantaneous speed. What is instantaneous speed? The speed of the ball at that time. उस वक्त कितना स्पीड होगा, उसको अपने बोलते हैं इंस्टेंटेनियस स्पीड. तो यहाँ पे अपने एक बात बोलते हैं, the force due to air resistance is proportional to velocity and will be directed opposite to the direction of velocity. So over here we are writing it in this way. So over here I write it as force is proportional to velocity, and then we are writing a constant, we are writing it as bv, where b is a parameter that depends upon the shape of the object, the nature of the surrounding medium. So these are the parameters that govern the value of b. So this b is a constant over here during this motion, and apart from this, the weight mg is acting in the downward direction. The weight mg is acting in the downward direction. Now what is the twist over here? So the twist is, as the ball is coming down, at some point of time, the two forces, that is the force of gravity which is acting in the downward direction and the force which is coming due to the air resistance, will equate each other. At some point they will become equal to each other. So over here I say, at some time during the fall, the two forces will become equal. So over here I can say that bv will become equal to mg, and from here we get velocity which is equal to mg by v, and this is regarded as terminal speed or terminal velocity. Now if I talk about it, so if you consider something like this, let us consider some examples. तो जैसे अपने देख रहे हैं रेनफॉल हो रहा है, तो रेनफॉल के दौरान अपने ऐसा सिनेरियो तो नहीं देखते. अगर रेनफॉल अगर इस सिनेरियो के बेसिस पे होता, तो क्या होता, 2gh, तो 2 into 10 into h. अब अगर मैं ऐसा भी अगर मान लेता कि ये 2 into 10 into, if I consider that the rainfall is taking place suppose from a height of 2 kilometers, so I will write over here 2000, then it will become 4, and then we are left with 1 2 3 4 zeros. So now what will happen, the square root of 4 is 2, and it will become 200 meter per second. Imagine going out in the rain when it is raining with 200 meter per second. The umbrellas will get holes. If we are walking in the rain, we will get blisters on the screens, and maybe we will die because it's a very high speed, 200 meter per second. So it will be like raining bullets. तो क्या होगा, जैसे रेन का फोरकास्ट होगा पूरा एरिया खाली होगा, पूरा लोकेलिटी खाली हो जाएगा। लेकिन ऐसा तो होता नहीं। व्हाट डू वी ऑब्जर्व? वी ऑब्जर्व अ वेरी फेवरेबल थिंग। हम लोग को बहुत अच्छा लगता है, इट इज रेनिंग, इट इज रोमांटिक वेदर आउटसाइड, यू वांट टू ईट पकोड़ास एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट, तो तुमको बढ़िया अच्छा लगता है। द रेन इज कमिंग विद अ कांस्टेंट स्पीड। क्यों? क्योंकि भाई वो क्या है, वो एक कांस्टेंट स्पीड अटेन कर लेता है बिकॉज ऑफ एयर रेजिस्टेंस, बिकॉज ऑफ एयर रेजिस्टेंस। तो वो टर्मिनल वेलोसिटी अटेन कर लेता है। मतलब ये हो गया कि जब वो ऊपर से जहां बादल से कहीं छूटता होगा, तो वहां से छूटते छूटते जब नीचे आता है, तो एट वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम द फोर्स ऑफ ग्रेविटी and the air resistance force will nullify each other and it will acquire a constant speed which we say as terminal velocity. अच्छा, इसको मैं एक और तरीके से समझाता हूँ। इधर रेनफॉल वाला एग्जांपल तो बड़ा पुराना है, तो पुराना हिंदी मूवी अगर तुम कभी देखो, तो there you will say that the police, when the police arrives after the crime is done or whatever that is going to happen, तो पहले पुलिस आती है, तो सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं, एयर फायरिंग इज डन लाइक दिस, they fire the in air which cure. Now the bullet is going in the upward direction. Now from the logic that we have, that the particle when it is thrown with certain speed, it should come down with that speed. So if it will come down with the same speed, the bullet will hit the person's head, people will die. तो ये जो एयर रेजिस्टेंस जो है, वो उसके वजह से क्या है, बुलेट का जो सेम वेलोसिटी जो है वो ऐसा नहीं रहता है, वो क्या है, चेंज हो जाता है। तो अपने बोल रहे हैं विद एयर रेजिस्टेंस दीज पैरामीटर्स विल कम इनटू प्ले। तो मतलब क्या हो गया, ये है मैक्सिमम स्पीड विच द पार्टिकल अटेन्स, this is the maximum speed which particle attains during free fall. ड्यूरिंग फ्री फॉल, तो पार्टिकल जो है वो ये मैक्सिमम स्पीड है जो कि अटेन करता है ड्यूरिंग फ्री फॉल, एंड देन एट सम इंस्टेंट ऑफ टाइम बिफोर इट। तो अपने ऐसा चर्चा करते हैं कि उसके पहले किसी इंस्टेंट ऑफ टाइम पे अगर मैं बॉल को अगर कंसिडर करता हूं, तो ओवर हियर I will say that the two forces can be identified. The first is going to be because of the gravitational force mg, and then there is a air resistance force bv in the upward direction. And throughout this particular aspect we have considered downward as positive. So I can write over here, then the net force which the particle is going to experience is equal to mg minus bv. So we have taken downward as positive, so positive mg in the downward direction and minus bv in the upward direction. So mg minus bv, and then over here I equate it with ma, which is equal to mg minus bv. Now over here, if I wish to solve this expression, so acceleration is not constant, so we get g minus b by m into v. So we say that acceleration is not constant, and if acceleration is not constant, then what we do, we go with the definition. So these are the definition that we have, that v equals dx by dt or ds by dt and a equal to dv by dt. तो ये हो गया definition. इसको अप्लाई करने के लिए कोई कंडीशन अप्लाई नहीं है, इसको अपने अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। तो इसको अगर अपने अप्लाई अगर करते हैं, तो ओवर हियर आई राइट a can be written as dv by dt which is equal to g minus b by m into v. And now what I can do is I can write it as dv upon g minus b by m into v, which is equal to dt. And then what we do integrating both sides. So if we are integrating both sides, over here if we put the limit of integration is from 0 to t, and we are saying that at t equal to 0 the speed of the particle when it was dropped was 0, and at a certain time it acquired a speed v. Remember, the maximum speed which the particle can acquire is equal to mg by b. This is going to be the maximum speed which the particle can acquire. So if I solve this integration, so we are using this as a working formula, integration of 1 upon ax plus b into dx. So what we write it as ln ax plus b by a, and then we add a constant, So over here we have ax, and then this is b, so it is minus a. So what we do over here, when we solve this integration, we get ln of g minus b by m into v, and then we divide by minus b by m, that was the coefficient of v, that is minus b by m. तो अपने b by m से डिवाइड कर दिए, और लिमिट जो है वो हो गया 0 से लेके v, which is equal to time t. So over here, if I wish to calculate the time, then I can solve this expression, or we can write velocity equation which is going to be the function of time. So we write it as ln of g minus bv by m, and then when I put 0 it will be simply g, so we write it as by g, and this is equal to, and this can be written equal to minus bt by m. So we write it in this way. और अब अगर अपने इसको ऐसे लिखें तो अपने लिख सकते हैं g minus bv by m is equal to g e to the power minus bt by m. So e to the power minus bt by m, and then g got multiplied over there. So from here, if I write velocity equation, so velocity equation can be written as v equal to mg by b 1 minus e to the power minus bt by m. तो सिंपल सा मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन अपने करेंगे. अपने को v निकालना है, v को इस तरफ ले आइए, g का सारा टर्म एक तरफ ले आइए, कॉमन लेकर के बाहर ले लीजिए. So we are left with this expression. May not be very likable term, but this is the term that we have. V is turning out to be mg by b 1 minus e to the power minus bt by m. And if you look at this mg by b, so this mg by b is regarded as the terminal speed or the maximum speed which the particle attains during the fall. So this is the maximum speed which the particle attains during the fall. So we write it as v equal to v naught. If you want, you can write it as vt. So this is the expression that we have, v equal to vt 1 minus e to the power minus bt by m. And remember, this expression is applicable till the particle attains the terminal speed. After that, the particle will constantly move with that speed and it will continue to move in the downward direction. तो ये एक बार स्पीड ये वाला अटेन हो गया तो इसी स्पीड से नीचे की तरफ आते रहेंगे, तो स्पीड कांस्टेंट हो जाएगा. तो ये एक्सप्रेशन तब तक एप्लीकेबल है till the terminal speed या maximum speed is attained. Now if I talk about acceleration, so if I rewrite this expression over here, that v equal to vt 1 minus e to the power minus bt by m. So we can write it in this way, and I can put this as mg by b 1 minus e to the power minus bt by m. So this is the velocity equation which we have. So if I write acceleration by differentiating with respect to time, so mg by b is a constant, so derivative of this constant will be 0 minus mg by b differentiate e to the power minus bt by m with time. And then what we are left, so we are left with g e to the power minus bt by m. So acceleration is turning out to be g e to the power minus bt by m. So this is the value of acceleration over a function of time that we have attained. This is the value of velocity over a function of time that we have attained. And this is the acceleration of the particle over the function of time which we have attained. And then once the terminal velocity is reached, then what will happen? This acceleration will nullify because it will move with constant speed. So the acceleration value after that during that free fall will become 0. तो अगर अपने इसको ग्राफिकली अगर समझते हैं, इसको अगर अपने ग्राफिकली अगर समझें तो कुछ इस तरीके से समझ लिया जाए तो अपने इसको इस तरीके से समझ सकते हैं. थोड़ा सा कंपेयर भी कर लेते हैं. तो अगर अपने 80 ग्राफ अगर पहले देखते, तो वी आर कंसिडरिंग 80 ग्राफ फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, तो अपने क्या बोलते हैं? अपने बोलते हैं विदाउट एयर रेजिस्टेंस g वाज कांस्टेंट. ये ग्राफ हम लोगों ने पहले देखा, इट वाज इक्वल टू g इन द डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन. विद एयर रेजिस्टेंस एक्सेलरेशन इज इक्वल टू g e टू द पावर माइनस bt by m. तो ये क्या होगा? ये ग्राफ कुछ ऐसा होगा, इट विल एक्सपोनेंशियली डिक्रीज. ये कब तक? जब तक टर्मिनल स्पीड अटेन नहीं हो जाए तब तक, टिल द टर्मिनल स्पीड इज अटेन. तो दिस ग्रीन ग्राफ इज विद एयर रेजिस्टेंस, with air resistance. So this one is with air resistance. And if I talk about velocity aspect, so previously what we have done, so we have seen over there that when acceleration is constant and in the downward direction, the velocity is constantly increasing with time. The velocity is constantly increasing with time. This was when it was moving with constant acceleration in the downward direction. But in this scenario, what will happen? The velocity is initially 0. It will grow with time and then it will become constant. And then it will become constant. तो इसको अगर अपने देखें तो ये कहीं यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. And this is the terminal speed which it attains, that is mg by b. mg by b, and post that the particle will continue to move with that constant speed which it has attained. तो अपने जब मोशन अंडर ग्रेविटी देखते हैं विद एयर रेजिस्टेंस इन्वॉल्व, तो इस तरीके का बात होता है जहां पे अपने बोलते हैं फोर्स जो एयर ड्रैग के वजह, जो एयर रेजिस्टेंस के वजह से आ रहा है, इट इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू वेलोसिटी. इन मेनी केसेस इट इज सेड इट इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू v स्क्वायर. तो उसको खुद से अटेम्प्ट करो. एक और चीज खुद से अटेम्प्ट करो कि जब पार्टिकल ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा होगा, देन व्हाट विल हैपन, देन हाउ दिस इज गोइंग टू एक्ट. आई एम टेलिंग यू, mg भी नीचे की तरफ लगेगा उस केस में, और एयर रेजिस्टेंस वाला जो फोर्स है यानी कि vv, that will also act in the downward direction. That will also act in the downward direction. So always remember this concept which we have discussed. The force due to air resistance is going to act opposite to the direction of instantaneous velocity. जो instantaneous velocity होगा उस पॉइंट पे, उसके अपोजिट एयर रेजिस्टेंस एक्ट करेगा. ये दिमाग में रखेंगे. अच्छा, अगर ऐसा कोई पूछे कि भाई एक पार्टिकल को ड्रॉप किया, विदाउट एयर रेजिस्टेंस टाइम t आया, विद एयर रेजिस्टेंस टाइम t1 आया, तो कौन सा ज्यादा? तो ऑब्वियसली इट विल टेक लेसर टाइम when it is going without air resistance. With air resistance, it will take more time to reach the ground. It will take more time to reach the ground. So these things must be very well kept in mind whenever you are dealing with such questions. So I hope the mathematical aspect which we have discussed is perfectly fine for you. We'll meet next time.